Good evening, good night, bonsoir, buenas noches, buenas noches to investors in North and South America. Ohio, good day, Mr. 안녕하세요, 사วั스디, ciao, 各位早晨. Good morning to investors in Asia. Buenas noches, buenas noches, good night, swaganoi chai. Good night to investors in Europe and Africa. It's 1st January here and 31st December in Wall Street. Happy New Year! This week I have 3 main points to talk about. Number 1, a study of highlighted stocks. Number 2, short selling concept. Number 3, the 106 billion A&P stock of Ukraine. Subscribe, like, and share. Remember to click the bell, please. Watch our playlist again so as to grasp the continuous trend of the market and refresh your mind. Since AI intelligence and semiconductors are still the mainstream of 2024, we better pick up some stocks to discuss further. However, we should rule out those rising too much, such as NVDA, where I had already recommended in 2022 and has already risen a lot in 2023. Actually, the rise started from October 13th of 2022. It was due to the meteor shower of Orion. At that time, Nasdaq reached bottom on the same day. But the rise of NVDA is much greater than Nasdaq. It rose from $108 to $505. A rise of 470%, but Nasdaq at the same time rose from 10308 to 15074, just about 50%. By the end of 2022 and 2023, I recommended several times, even in September 2023, when 3 major indices were forming head and shoulders, I pointed out that the NVDA head and shoulders is a false pattern because the right shoulder had not touched the neck line. After that, when the market rebounded up and on December 13, the new moon prompted the FOMC to release message of end of rate hike cycle. The market carried on a straight and sharp V-shaped rebound. I've already pointed out it is a seriously overbought situation and the room for rising is much limited. So for newcomers, it is not advised to chase high. Better try those stocks that still stay in a lower level or go to try some high dividend stocks. But for those they have already purchased, better take half of profit and remain half at hand for observation. If it goes down to the level of refueling the jumping gap, you can use the profit to repurchase. The level is $318. For newcomers, better use 250 SMA for the level of buying in. Today is 362, but it will change from time to time. NVDA has great chances of rocketing up since 2019 fell and rose again. So if they chase high, they must have to face the risk of great fall. NVDA has signed a contract with SNOW for development of semiconductors, so better try those that just rose from the low and that some other day they may have sharp rise like NVDA. For Apple, there's a myth that it will fall every September because of product introduction, simply because the curiosity and sense of strangeness is gradually diminishing. For the iPhone 1 to 5, people had great surprise every time, but iPhone 6 to 10 lesser, and iPhone 11 to 15 again lesser. Now they have to launch out the Apple Vision Pro, which can overrun the Meta. The profit is still quite good, but it has already passed the prime time. During the fall of September 2023, I recommended people to buy in at the level of 167, and the lowest point was at 165.6. I again recommended to take profit around $193. Now there are 2 repurchasing levels. For short term is at 50 SMA of 186 and medium term is at 250 MA of 172. Apple is called the king of stocks. When at the level of 200, the market value is $3.1 trillion, just behind the Paris stock market of $3.2 trillion, the largest in European continent, and is chasing after the London market, which is €3.6 trillion. People always ask me a question. Since Apple is the largest market value in the world, why in Nasdaq 100 index only occupies a ratio of 12.60%, which is second place only, and Microsoft can occupy a ratio of 12.63%, even higher? Very simple, because its development is faster and profit ratio is quicker, and now it's chasing after Apple tightly and will overtake Apple in a short time. So it is even more energetic than Apple and has a brighter and promising future than Apple. Anyway, either of them can be used for long-term investment like pension funds, so we better try the Amazon, which has more room to fly up. It occupies 6.31% in Nasdaq 100, even more than NVDA, who just got 5.29%. Amazon, who just broke the previous high in October and July, and has much room to go up to challenge the record high in July 2021. Technically, it is a complex reverse head and shoulders, a W shape inside a large reverse head and shoulders and breaking through now. There's one more AI and semiconductor stock that cannot be neglected. That is ADBE. It has dropped up the ranging shown from July to November and now just adjusted from the top and refilled the jumping gap, still having more room to go up. As for Tesla, the prime time has already passed because other countries are also developing electric cars and the market share will be diminishing. Even now, Tesla used robots to manufacture cars to lower the cost, but it happened robots attacked engineers is a worry, not only to Tesla, but to AI intelligence. It is believed the problem can be solved soon, but will arouse a lot of discussions. Elon Musk is a person that can always give you some surprise, so when investing in Tesla, should wait at low, using the high from 250 SMA to wait for the drop of same distance under the 250 SMA, that is 299 minus 213 equals to 86, and then 213 minus 86 equals to 127, and 299 is the high on July 19th, 2023, 213 is the 250 NA on the same day. So the best buying level should be at $127. Just treat it as another McDonald's which can buy far under the 250 SMA. Would you want to understand more on technical details? Please study my electronic handouts thoroughly together with the series of 14 teaching videos with live examples and studying tests specially designed for self-study, but also philosophical questions to think about as homework. Or you can give a free subscription to our daily report to US Stock Express so that you can know the latest market condition. Please contact Professor Vitali for details. For short selling, this time I will talk about two stocks, which are SIDU and CING. Both are game stocks because China banned all game stocks, so the demand in other countries like Japan will be quicker. If you buy up, you can have unlimited profit and the loss is just limited to the price of the stock. Such as SIDU, if you purchase it low, it is just $0.03. That is all you can lose. But it went up to $15.40. It is 5,130% profit. And the loss is also 5,130% profit. It is not just limited to all money inside your stock account or bank account. You have to use all your money you earn in the past and future to foot the bill. So we come to another case, which is CING. It rose from $0.32, and if you have short selling, it gone up to $6.92 at a rise of 2,100%. Don't think that you can wait for it to come down and liquidate at a lower level. When you trade on margin, you are forced to liquidate at the highest level and sign the contract to sell your house and all properties, for no people will know that it will go further up or down. So even if it really goes down again, it is none of your business after you sign the contract of selling everything. Therefore, short selling is for professional traders only, for they can have hedging and not for individual investors. This must bear in mind, so better try SQQQ if you look bearish on the market. The US Congress has approved an additional $250 million aid to Ukraine before the end of 2023. They have provided $46 billion aid since the war began in February 2022. Joe Biden has submitted a bill to Congress for approval in October, and when New Year holiday is back, it will be firstly discussed. It's a $106 billion budget, including $61.4 billion for Ukraine, $44.3 billion for Israel, $9.1 billion for humanitarian aid Taiwan, and $7 billion for Pacific, and $13.6 billion for border funding. It will be the best news. This amount will help Ukraine to fight the war throughout 2024, even though Putin said it will carry on 5 years more. Now military heads of Ukraine and Russia are having secret talks on peace, for I have already said, before the end of the year, peace talk will start according to geomancy, and it really started. The standpoint of Ukraine is that Russia must withdraw from all lands occupied since 2022, including Crimea of 2014. Russia requests to stop fighting on the border of today, and all lands occupied by Russia will become permanent land of Russia. The side points to discuss is that should Russia make compensation for destroying in Ukraine, and Ukraine cannot join NATO, also cannot allow NATO troops to deploy to Ukraine. The West should divulge the asset of Russia and lift up sanctions on Russia. Only one point is accepted by both sides. After ceasefire, Ukraine should not attack and occupy any land in Russia. So the way to peace is still a long way. However, in 2024, US economy is believed to have soft landing. In 2022, the highest point of market was January 3rd, the last day of Santa Claus Rally, because that year will start a rate hike cycle, but this year after the Santa Claus Rally, rate cut cycle will start soon. So there's much more room to rise, and we must prepare well for turmoil in mid-year and buy back in November for the further promising future. In 2025, beware of black swan, a great high note will come out. So subscribe, like and share. Sayonara, auf Wiedersehen, adieu, bye bye, see you next week.